Okay, so strap yourselves in because today we are diving deep into the world of Bollywood.
Oh, yeah.
And not just any film, but one that's been causing quite a stir.
I've heard about this one.
It's called Article 370. And as you might guess, it takes on a very controversial political event.
Yeah, this is not your lighthearted rom-com.
Definitely not.
Oh.
It's a political thriller at its core.
Okay.
Starring Yami Gautam Dhar as an NIA agent.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, her performance
I bet.
has people talking. But it's the film's message that's really got everyone buzzing.
Yeah, I mean, Article 370, that's a huge.
Huge, right? And this film dives right into the heart of its abrogation.
Which, for those who don't know, essentially reshaped the status of Jammu and Kashmir.
Exactly. A region with a history as complex as its beautiful landscape.
Definitely.
So regardless of whether you're a Bollywood buff or a political junkie, today we're going to unpack why Article 370 of the film is a must-watch.
Let's get into it.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's set the scene for our listeners.
Yeah.
This film throws us right into the political hotbed surrounding Article 370.
Yeah.
Think high-stakes discussions, intelligence operations.
Intense.
Intense is an understatement.
Wow.
And all this builds up to the abrogation itself, but there's a personal layer too.
Right, the protagonist.
Our NIA agent, yeah, she's got her own connection to Kashmir's turbulent past.
Right, and that adds another,
Represent.
another dimension to the whole story.
It makes it more than just, political drama.
Absolutely.
It's about personal struggles against a backdrop of massive change.
So are we talking real people here, or?
It's interesting because the film uses fictional characters to explore the different viewpoints around Article 370.
Interesting.
Like there's this one character who delivers a monologue
Oh, wow.
comparing the situation to historical events like the partition of India.
Ah, that's powerful.
Yeah, very powerful. And it really highlights the human cost of these political decisions.
That's got to be.
It's thought-provoking, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I think makes this film so compelling.
I see what you mean.
It's not shying away from the complexities.
Right.
And it's using storytelling to really make you think.
Yeah, I mean, history is always messy.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially something as sensitive as this.
Right, and that's where the controversy comes in.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of that.
Oh, yeah. Buckle up, because we're about to get into it.
Okay.
So on one hand, you've got fans on Movie Ticket Films review app raving about Yami Gautam Dhar's performance.
Really?
They say she brings this, fierce determination, but also vulnerability to the role.
It's a hard balance to strike.
It is, but apparently she nails it.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, you've got critics who are calling the film straight up propaganda.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're saying it's biased towards a particular political party.
That's a bold claim.
It is, and it gets even more complicated because the film was released, you guessed it, during an election year.
Oh, so the timing couldn't be.
More sensitive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So is there any truth to these propaganda claims?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
I guess so.
The director insists that it's a work of fiction, inspired by real events.
But how much is inspiration and how much is,
Taking a side.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the line that's so blurred here.
Right, and with something like Article 370, it's not like you can just separate the facts from the feelings.
No, it's too intertwined with people's lives, their identities.
Their histories.
Exactly.
So where does that leave the audience?
In a very interesting position, I'd say.
How so?
Well, because they're forced to grapple with these questions.
The bias and truth?
Yeah, and about the filmmaker's responsibility,
It's like, how much creative freedom do you have when you're dealing with real-world events that are still so raw?
Right, because it's not just a story, it's people's lives.
Exactly, it's their reality.
That makes it even more powerful.
So what's the impact been like?
Oh, huge. Yeah, we're talking over 110 crore worldwide.
Wow, that's a lot of people watching this.
It is, and it shows that this film has struck a chord.
With a lot of people.
With a lot of people.
Yeah.
And not just the average moviegoer.
Oh.
Even prominent figures like Prime Minister Modi have come out in support of the film.
So it's got people talking.
Oh, absolutely. From dinner tables to Parliament, Article 370 is the topic du jour.
That's the power of cinema, right?
Especially in India, where film is such a massive part of the culture.
It can really shape how people see things.
It's like a window into a world, and in this case, a very complex and controversial one.
So we've got a controversial film, a powerful performance, a massive box office hit.
What more could you ask for?
Well, I'm curious about the music.
The music. We can't forget the music.
Bollywood is known for its soundtracks.
Absolutely. And this film is no exception.
What's it like?
It's brilliant. Really adds another layer to the storytelling.
Okay, tell me more.
So there are these tracks like Ishku Tera and Andi.
I've heard of Ishkutera.
Oh yeah, it's catchy, but also very powerful.
So how does it all fit together?
Well, imagine a scene where our protagonist is facing a tough decision.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
The music swells, the tension builds, and suddenly you're feeling the weight of her choice.
Wow, so it's like the music is telling the story, too.
Exactly. It's enhancing the emotions, making you feel everything more deeply.
So it's not just background music.
Definitely not. It's like another character in this story.
I love that.
It's part of what makes Bollywood films so unique,
They're just so immersive.
Totally. It's a full-on sensory experience.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Article 370,
What are your final thoughts?
this film, it's a powerful reminder that art and politics are often inseparable. Whether you agree with its perspective or not, it forces you to think critically about how we portray sensitive historical events.
And how those portrayals can influence people's perceptions.
Exactly, because we all bring our own biases to the table.
So, going back to those questions we raised earlier.
About truth and responsibility.
Yeah, Article 370 doesn't give us easy answers.
It leaves you wrestling with those ideas long after the credits roll.
And that's the mark of a truly impactful film.
Absolutely.
So to our listeners, we urge you, go check out Article 370.
Form your own opinion.
Engage with the complexities.
And if you're looking for more analysis,
MovieContentious.com is a great place to start.
it's been a fascinating deep dive.
Until next time, keep exploring.
And keep questioning.